Hey guys, so I'm going to go over what I did on Sunday, November 28th, 2021. So this Sunday on the 28th, this was when everyone from my family was leaving to go back. We all had work the next day. So my parents drove back home to Florida. They left in the morning. My little sister and I actually both left to drive to Athens, which is where she's in college at UGA. I graduated from UGA back in 2019, December. And so I was going to go back here, like I mentioned, to have this reunion with friends from the Bible study that we'd had active when I was there at UGA. So it's more than 2 hours. I think it's right around 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes from where I live in North Warner Robins to Athens, Georgia. So drove there in the morning. We kind of got there around about 12:30, 12:45. The people from the house church that I went to on and off when I was in Athens, well, they have a potluck most Sundays after they've had their service, and then they're like second hour Bible study classes. So kind of sat in. I'd already eaten lunch. We actually picked up lunch before we went and visited the church people. But when they were all eating for their potluck lunch, I went and saw a bunch of people who I'd known there. I was pretty young at the time, of course, a college student. Many of these people are older, but visited a couple of the elders and the deacons and just other people I'd known and been friends with in the church. So that was really cool. A lot of people were happy to see me. I kind of came back after having not been there for a couple of years. And, they know my little sister because she's involved in the community and stuff like that. So visited a lot of old church people from that house church. And then, of course, after that, this was the main thing. I actually sat around in my little sister's room. I kind of thought that maybe someone would hang out earlier in the afternoon, but everyone was busy and didn't quite get there until after evening, which to be fair is when we'd scheduled it. So I kind of sat around with nothing to do, made a to-do list, kind of sat there, trying not to bug my little sister since she had a bunch of homework she had to finish before the end of her college semester there. But then we had our reunion in the evening. We all met at the house church. They kind of kindly let us use it for hosting this reunion that we did here. So I think, let me see, were there six? Yeah, there were six of us there, including me. And so we ordered pizza and, had lots and lots of good discussion and catching up, got to see where everyone was, what their plans were. One of my friends there is graduating next semester and he wants to be a lawyer. So he was applying to law schools, had taken the law exam there and was just about to get his scores back, just in time for finals. So he could either be really happy or really sad, and no matter what, he'd still have to take his finals. But so that's him. And then my other friend up in seminary and, lots of good catching up from just kind of about what everyone's doing nowadays and what their plans are. And then, of course, we shifted into our discussions about theology, which is what we always did when we were there as a group. We kind of have a hard time staying, quote unquote, on topic, but we have lots of good discussion and debates about all of this. And so we all kind of agreed, actually, that we'd all like to stay in much better touch. I'd graduated and then just not kept in real good touch because I was really busy for like the first 6 months once I'd started my job, kind of in a new place, figuring out kind of how to have an apartment and getting oriented on my team. Of course, I know way more now. I'm actually a team lead nowadays, but when I first started, I had like no idea what I was doing. I mean, that's really normal when you start a new job. You have to be trained and all of this stuff. So I was really busy then and kind of just never got back in the habit of staying in touch with people. But we all kind of decided as a group that we wanted to kind of stay more involved, just be more active with each other in general so we can keep having our discussions. And we decided to make a Discord server. So I think I set that up the next day here on Monday because I had to drive back. So we kind of visited probably from right around 6 o'clock to, 9:30-ish. And I had to drive back because I had work the next morning. And so on my way back, again, a little over 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes or so, I almost hit a deer. Actually, I was on one of these country roads, probably 45, 55 mile an hour speed limit, had my headlights on, of course, but there's this deer on the side of the road. And I mean, I slowed down and he hopped out, but there were a whole bunch of them, like 3 or 4 of them right next to the road there. And after that, I was pretty paranoid. I was like, man, I don't want to hit a deer. So I had my high beams on a lot. I'd switch them off when I saw someone coming the other way. And yeah, so I mean, pretty uneventful, but I drove back, got home probably around 12:30, 12:45, and then took a shower and went to bed. But really, really glad that we had this reunion, got to catch up with people. But I was driving for probably close to 5 hours this day, driving to and from there, just so that I could see these people and visit with the people from my old church. So that's what I did here. A lot of visiting with other people. And then my family, of course, left my house after packing all of their stuff up, having done Thanksgiving at my house this year. So that was Sunday. Driving to Athens, having that reunion, driving back from Athens. Really glad I did this. I think we all really enjoyed it. So I'll pick up in a second here talking about Monday, November 29th.